We're here in Amsterdam at the Blockchain Expo, and we're here with Blocknet, one of the winners of the awards yesterday. So congratulations.
Yeah, thanks a lot. It's great. I think it's the first award we've ever won, which is kind of cool. I'm also very happy that it was the developer award, because it signifies that we actually built something. Most of these things actually don't exist, but we do.
You're not a promise.
No, we're real. It's working. You can use that fancy looking thing if you would like to trade in a completely decentralized manner. And if you are a developer and wanting to build into blockchain applications, then our platform is the thing to go for.
Cool. So a decentralized exchange, I mean, we all know these centralized exchanges, we all know the hacks that are happening. In a decentralized exchange, it's more secure, you think, or?
There is no counterparty risk. On our design as well, there is no possibility for faking orders, for front running, for any third party to steal your coins, because you just have them in your wallet and then you trade them and you get some other coins in a different wallet. So I think that once various decentralized exchanges solve a couple of outstanding issues, for example, some of the speed of transactions and bits and pieces like that, then we're going to see a mass exodus from the centralized exchanges to the decentralized ones, and it'll coincide with a big hack or some big fraudulent exchange or something else like that. And whenever there's a real scare, then everyone will just flock to the decentralized ones and enjoy the security that they get. We put a lot of effort into solving some of the UX problems, making our exchange look and feel fantastic. I mean, it actually looks like that. It's not. This isn't fake graphics like that. That's our front end. That's what it looks like.
I mean, it looks good, and but you're talking also about speed. So, for instance, for a day trader, of course, they go to these market leaders like Binance or Mobile.
Well, it's a very different ball game. It's not to make a high performing decentralized exchange is a different kind of problem. There are some advantages. For example, with our build, with our design, if you have more users, then you actually increase the bandwidth of your peer-to-peer network. And so if, for example, there's a sudden panic or something, most of the centralized exchanges sort of freeze up and their servers want to melt. Whereas with us, like an extra 5,000 users in 10 minutes means actually a lot more little connections that can take a bunch of the traffic, because it's all peer-to-peer. So I think we've got some advantages already, but with any decentralized exchange that's using atomic swaps, there is something of a delay that is fundamentally tied to whichever coins you're trading. So if it's Bitcoin, for example, you're going to wait like at least 10 minutes, for one confirmation, and maybe if you want to be safe, you'll wait for 3 confirmations, and that's half an hour. So I think basically no decentralized exchange will get around the fundamental factor, the confirmation times of the blockchains that they're interoperating with. But there are ways to make the user experience real time and really quick. So for example, our actual trading experience is using a decentralized order book that we designed. And when you buy and you sell, that's all in real time, and it feels very responsive, and it's nice to use. And then after you've completed your trade, in the background, the settlement, the actual blockchain transactions are taking place, and you don't need to worry about that, because now you've just traded and you're good. But of course, that does affect certain trading strategies, right? So if you're a scalper and you want to buy and sell very quickly, you're going to have to wait for these coins to confirm in the back before you can retrade them again.
You have to have trust in the chains.
Yeah. So I mean, where we're at the moment is, I think, a good starting point. I think it works for most trading strategies, and I think it feels nice to use. But in the future, like, I'm kind of interested in things like payment channels. Not quite the same as a Lightning Network, because those are scary in a decentralized exchange context, but something like that will be very quick.
All right. And decentralized, I mean, how do you see, so actually you see the market of decentralized exchanges grow even bigger, actually? Or?
I do. I absolutely think so. I think we'll see people flocking to them once they realize how dangerous it is to keep your coins on a traditional centralized exchange, and it'll happen.
And do you see actually more use of certain coins? Like, for instance, maybe there are some certain coins that are very quick. I know, like for instance Dash or some other coins that are quicker than Bitcoin. Do you see also more trades in these coins?
We see greater volume on the better known coins. But what we're also seeing is one of the beauties of decentralization is that we don't control listings. So there are a lot of coins out there who realize that they could literally just integrate to our technology on their own without asking anyone's permission, and then their community can start trading immediately. And
what are the costs?
The costs, it depends on how much coding you have to do. Ideally, no coding is required, and for the vast majority of the coins out there, they just work with our technology already. But sometimes, if a coin has changed some of the internals of how it handles transactions, or maybe it's changed its RPC interface on the wallet, then they will have to modify a few things before it works. Or we could do it, and we're like progressively testing and integrating new coins every single week. And so, if they wait long enough, we might get to that and we'll help them out. But if they know how to code, then it's not a lot of effort to get their stuff working with our technology.
What is your business model at the moment? I mean, how do you make money? I mean, people pay a fee or?
Well, the thing about a decentralized order book is it's basically like a big public notice board. So anyone can post anything on it. And so what's really important is that we prevent spam. We don't want people spamming the network with fake orders. We want only real orders where there are real coins behind them. Now, one of the mechanisms to ensure that this happens is a trade fee, because if it costs you a little bit of money to place an order, then you can't put 10,000 orders on there without burning through a lot of funds, right? So that's where our trade fees come in. Those are charged in Blocknet tokens on our own blockchain. And what that does is it requires people to buy these tokens, and that places continual buy pressure on the token, and that's where our business model comes from.
Right. So you have your own token, a Blocknet token, and the value of the Blocknet token goes up.
Goes up with volume.
Right. Also in price?
Yeah, absolutely. The price is quite high. It's generally around $20-$25 per token these days. It's nice.
Quite popular. These tokens, they're attached, like Qcoin token and etc.
Yeah, no, it's working out. But I think our bigger vision is not specifically decentralized exchange. Our bigger vision is a decentralized internet. And I mean, the exchange is built on our own platform. Our platform is about blockchain interoperability. It's about being able to consume a dApp on any other blockchain or a protocol on any other blockchain. And it's about being able to build, for example, a microservices architecture using contracts from all kinds of different blockchains and orchestrating them together. I believe that the power of blockchain tech won't really be unleashed unless you can do that. I mean, imagine imagine you're a developer on a blockchain project and you've built some tech, and it's difficult to build this stuff. And let's say you want to build something else, but in order to do so, there's some other technology on a different blockchain. Now, your first option is to clone that technology, figure out how to integrate it onto your blockchain, maybe write it in a different language. I don't know what the situation is. That's hard. It's painful, and what you get at the end is a much more complicated code base on your own blockchain, a much more complicated testing cycle every time you add new features, because you don't want to break anything else that you've added already, and you bloat your chain faster because it's doing more things. Like, none of those are desirable. So what you can do instead is just use our platform to invoke the contract on some other blockchain where it already exists, and get all these things talking to each other. I think it's the better solution. So that's what we offer.
Sounds good. Thank you very much for your time, and all the best with Blocknet.
Thank you. Thanks very much.